Hi guys, I'm here at the launch of the new XC60 and okay, now the two colors that they have is not in the most under this kind of interior lighting condition for the launch. You see this is black and the other one is actually brown. See that? So these two are not the most flattering colors under this kind of interior lighting. They have the white, but they have other colors, the white, the grey, the silvers and all that, but those are completely sold out. So the CBU cars are all taken up. It's done, finished. Alright, CBU no more, but they have the CKDs soon. You can totally order the CKDs now, and they are at a very affordable price because the T8 Inscription Plus with the Bowers and Wilkins sound system, the full safety feature. This car has way more safety features than the S90 or the XC90. This car has the most safety features of any car on sale currently. Okay, and it is 343,000 for the top spec. If you don't want the Bowers and Wilkins sound system, which to me is a very wrong move, if you don't take that, that will be 333, only 10k cheaper. But think about it, with only 10,000 ringgit, you get Bowers and Wilkins, which is not something you can retrofit or buy later on, even if you pay 20,000. All right, this car comes full spec, full safety features, full driving assist, the beautiful Thor's hammer headlamps, 407 horsepower, 640 Newton meters of torque, and the hybrid drivetrain, everything all in 343. Super bargain, and I'm waiting for that. Since that guy just now when I was recording, he was like walking around, doesn't care about me, should I just pop in and slot in front of him as well? Maybe I should just do that. Alright, these are the 19-inch rims that you get with the T8. If you buy the T5, which is only at 299,000, you get an 18-inch wheels. Think about it, the 299 price of the T5 is actually a 254 horsepower car, which is around the level of, if you are looking at GLC has the widest range currently, right? GLC has the 200, which is 184 horsepower, GLC 200, which is priced at 288,000. And then they have the GLC 250 at 330 over 1,000, which matches the price of this one. But that car only has 211 horsepower. Okay, Mercedes still has a 300 engine, which is a 2-liter turbo as well. That will be 245 horsepower, but that's not available in the GLC. Alright, let's go have a look at the boot of this car. So again, the car comes fully spec. There are these buttons to drop the height of the car when you load stuffs. This is only available in the CBU model, which is 380,000. Okay, so the boot is very nice, very square, very spacious. And if I hold these guys, oh, okay, let's see. Alright. Now the tonneau cover of the boot has a, this is similar to my Audi S4, where you have this nice little rail that you just adjust this and then it rolls up and then very easily it comes down. If you go and watch my Porsche Cayenne video, you will know this is such a luxury, because the one in the Porsche Cayenne is just horrible. It's just two rails at the side, you have to do it manually. Anyway, let's look at dropping the seats. Beautiful, it drops flat. Okay, not many European cars, when you fold the second row, it is fully flat. Look at this, this is fully flat. It's not even like something that raises up, alright? And then down here, you have the chargers. Okay, you have the chargers, and then you have, ooh, I wonder, oh, that's for, I think that's for the air suspension. Okay, let's pull back the seats up. Oh, that guy is still there. Up. Alright. There is there. It's not a button. It's a latch inside. Towards the inside. Down, 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 left, right, behind you. Behind your palm. Down. Yes. Yep. Okay. Now this car is fitted with Bowers and Wilkins sound system. Again, my favorite on the B pillar. The aircon vents are on the B pillar instead of here. So this is really good. And look at this interior. I think this is the prettiest rendition of Volvo's current. Yeah, it's just so nice. And I really appreciate their attention to detail for putting lights into the cabin, because most of the time when we're trying to do walk around videos, the cars are pitch dark during launch events. Alright, some nets here. Now look at my seating. I am 5'11", so I have about a palm of knee room left. Don't forget, this is a mid-size segment. Okay, and for headroom, I still have about 3 fingers. Even though this is a panoramic roof, this roof is the exact same size as the roof on the XC90. So fitted that roof over here, you have a way larger metal versus glass ratio. I made that up. Okay, that's not an industry term. Okay, so these are the anti-whiplash headrests, and Volvo makes some of the best seats. Now, one thing I noticed this round for this car, in order to rationalize the pricing, I don't know whether it's a segment thing or what, but in order to rationalize the pricing for this car, I noticed one thing. The leather grade that they are using is the same ones as those that were used on BMW and Mercedes-Benz. It's not the super duper soft Napa leather, but hey, it matches up to the others, and for price wise, it is oh, this is so premium. Again, I'm gonna point out Porsche on this. Porsche, I love you, Porsche, but seriously, man, your rear seat armrest, please throw that away and order this from Volvo. I don't think Volvo will mind supplying to you. Your Cayenne is so expensive, and you don't even have premium stuffs like these. Sorry, Porsche. Sorry, I still love you, Porsche. Anyway, this is very nice. Very nicely done. The seats are super comfortable, still very supple, and it hugs me. And my own personal experience, I've been driving the Volvo V90 for more than 1 month now. However long the distance is, I never get a backache in that car. In my 6 Series, where the seats look glorious, it looks beautiful, but about 40 minutes to 60 minutes of driving, I'll get a slight backache at the lower bottom. And I've been playing with the lumbar, but it never seemed to work. So that car, the seats are not as comfortable as Volvo's. I mean, Volvo seats are industry leading, we all know that, right? Okay. Now the door cards over here, they need to put a speaker here, so it's just this, but it's alright. It's wide enough to put bottles. Alright, these are nice leather, nicely appointed here as well. Volvo's plastic materials are higher grade than what Mercedes-Benz put in their cars, so they have, I think they are better than Audi now, because the fit and finish is exactly the same as Audi's, but in terms of the material and design used, they are right up there with Mercedes-Benz, and the material used, very high grade. Okay, let's come to the passenger side. Now they have bring this design one step further. Ooh, it's so nice. Crap. Now they have 2 choices, either this or the ash. I would pick the ash. I mean, if I were buying this car, I love the ash color, but this is very warm, very nice as well. Now remember, in the XC90, this fucker got no manners at all, man. He really literally got 0 manners. Anyway, don't bother, screw him. I need the lights. So look at this portion of the spine that runs across. In the V90, they have a metal spine, but in this one, the metal spine is combined with the wood that makes it like this. So the V90 has a 3D effect of a inlay, but this one, it becomes a line like that. All right, the same air vents from the S90 and V90. Here we have the Inscription Plus. No, Inscription will have this. The Aeroforce Pure Crystal Gear Knob is already here. The start-stop button, the twister, alright. The neural pattern jewelry light on the volume knob. And first thing I noticed, this thing is, oh, I think it's higher res than the one I see in the V90. Okay, when you spec the Bowers and Wilkins, you will get this beautiful, beautiful tweeter on top of here, and then there's the Bowers and Wilkins speaker sound system, and this is proper premium sound system. All right. Now there's a compartment here. Now, in the S90 T8, because that car is low, and underneath here is all the batteries. So in the S90, you don't get as much interior storage space as this. But this one, because it's an SUV, they have a lot more height to play with. They are able to have a proper compartment, even though underneath this center tunnel is a huge battery. All right, like all Volvos, they now they make the best looking keys as well. I think Volvo is the industry leader in design now. Look at their keys, and this leather matches the leather that you spec on your car, but this is still the soft Napa leather. Okay, I think this leather with this pattern on the keys wouldn't look very glorious, but the seats are fantastic. The little Swedish flag there, and this is just brilliant. Okay, the keys look awesome. And if you buy this car, the other key that they give you is actually a dongle that you can hang on your neck, and it's waterproof up to 10 meters. That means, right, if you go for a morning exercise or you go for kayaking or any activities, right, you bring that key along with you, you hang it around your neck. It is waterproof up to 10 meters. That means when you go jogging, when you go do any exercise, you don't need to carry anything around with you, especially your car keys. You can't carry this, the dilemma of driving your car to go and do some sport activities, and then you got to find ways to deal with this guy. Volvo is very thoughtful. They give you another key, which is plastic, but you can hang around your neck, and then you go do your exercise, any sport activities, snow, mud, whatever, and then you come back to your car, and then you can drive your car off. That is fantastic. All right. I don't have the keys here. I can't show them. This drops nicely, covered in felt. Beautiful. Let's go to the driver's side. So this is the T8. Beautiful design. Okay. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. Okay. So a very quick one, finishing up. So that's the driver side. You get the full LCD screen as well. My 1.5 months of using a Volvo, I love the usability of this. It's so easy. When you're driving on the highway, you just press this button, you get adaptive cruise control. Press this to increase the speed, and then if you press right when you are going higher speeds, after you press this, you just press right, you will go into pilot assist. So when you go adaptive cruise control, that means they won't operate the steering for you. That means the car only bounces off the lanes. But when you press right, it will go into pilot assist. It will manage your car and look at the road and turn as well. Now this car has a second or third generation Volvo City Safe. So when you're driving, someone is coming from the other side, but they cross into your lane when you're not looking, which means 25% head-to-head collision. This car will automatically swerve. It will swerve and turn back safely, doing a sudden motion like that to prevent you from being hit by that car or you hitting that car. This car steers for you. Now the blind spot monitoring system, Volvo is the first guy to have this as well. Normally they have a light blinking when there's a car behind you, but when the car is getting closer and you still don't notice him and you turn out, the car will also steer you back just in case you hit him at the very last minute. Alright, so is this the class leader? Yes. Can anybody beat this car in this segment? No. Nobody can beat this because of the safety systems that is available, the low pricing, and the highest horsepower. So this is a no-brainer. This car currently, for a mid-size SUV, it is a no-brainer because it has the best interior, best looking, best material, best design, and the hybrid powertrain, and then the price and the safety systems. All right. The only thing that Volvo Malaysia hopefully can pick up is their limited number of dealerships that can support the network. But of course, with their numbers are not that high yet, so they can definitely cope with it for now. All right. So I'm gonna go for a test drive soon. So there's the walk around. Cheers. One thing they have here now, I don't know whether you can see this, but there is a tray compartment down here. Can you see that? This entire compartment is rubberized in there, and you can put your stuffs in. You can put your phone, you can put your iPad underneath the seats. Fantastic. So that also means that the XC60 doesn't have the booster seats, but then they have ISOFIX all around. All right. Hi guys, I'm driving the new XC60 now. Beside me is Zaim.
Yeah.
Zaim from exhaust.my. So go look for them, give them a like, and yeah. Now, if the footage switch into that that shows the speedo, you might feel that it's shaking a bit because this bugger is gonna do that. All right, American stuff. Anyway, this car got 407 horsepower, 640 Newton meters of torque, and I can even switch it to power mode. Now I'm on hybrid mode. I'll go into power mode now, and there's all-wheel drive mode and off-road mode. You'll be able to see it over here, and let's floor it. Fucking hell. Holy shit. Okay, first thing I can tell in this car is that the brake pedals feels way more natural than the one in the S90 T8. I'm not sure why, but it just feels more natural. Okay, and now the spar platform, they all handle really well. In the XC90, we felt it. In the S90, the V90, and now in this car as well. So the spar platform is made modular, so they can adjust the wheelbase, all that. The only thing that they can't adjust is the front axle to the dash ratio. That's the only thing that is not movable. Everything else, it was designed from a starting point to be modular. All right. Now there's an X5 behind me, looking at our car. Now the X5 is a hybrid powertrain fitted with a 2-liter 184 horsepower engine. That means if you run out of juice, both cars, if our car run out of juice, his car run out of juice, I'm left with a 320 horsepower engine, he's left with a 184 horsepower engine. That's it, okay? Now, when Volvo first introduced the XC90, the car, in terms of braking and coasting downhill, will only recharge up to 30% of its maximum battery capacity because they want to encourage us to charge the cars. But they've since updated it. On day-to-day driving, it is able to recharge up to 80%. This is a very important thing because earlier on, the X5's main selling point is that it is able to recharge up to 90%, whereas the XC90 needs you to plug in to have a charge rate of over 30%. So now Volvo has updated it, and now this car is fitted with all sorts of safety systems. It is the safest car currently on sale on the planet, including Bentleys or Rolls-Royce or whatever. This is the safest car with all the systems that was designed in. All right, now I can on the city safety. Now the car brakes by itself to keep the distance with the Honda Civic in front of me. I can see there are 3 bars now. To adjust the distance, I press the car should brake by itself. I did not touch the brakes at all. Okay, it is keeping the distance, and if the car stops, this car will stop as well, and when that car moves, this car will move as well, keeping the distance. All right, now we have an all new interior here. It is the same design language as the S90, as the XC90. XC90, we saw this new design language. The S90, they introduced this beautiful air vents that is a patent owned by Jonathan Disley. He licensed the patent to Volvo. He's an employee of Volvo, but Volvo pays him extra to license his patent to use on the aircon vents. It is a fantastic design. It looks like a blade, and now the car is accelerating by itself. All right, just to keep the distance. I can adjust the distance if I want to. So yeah, And then if I go at higher speeds, I can press the right button to go into pilot assist mode, where currently the car, right, if, let me check, if the IntelliSafe, okay, is now assisting and giving warning in terms of the lane assist, okay, the lane keeping aid. Now, the only thing the car will do is to bounce off the lanes. If I do not signal, it will bounce off, okay, because it is not on pilot assist mode, okay. But if I go higher speeds, if I move into pilot assist mode, it will keep itself in the middle of the lane. That means it's one level up instead of just bouncing off the lanes, because you can't be doing adaptive cruise control by bouncing off the lane. You'll be scaring other people on other lanes. So that's what the car does, okay. And then it has a lot of new features. US introduced the front overlap crash test in 2013, where 25% of the car's front will be crashed to another similar car-like object at 25% front overlap. That is the most common type of accidents that happens on rural roads where you have both directional traffic, okay. But that test revealed so many cars' flaws. I have a 2009 Audi S4, and that car scored full scores, 5-star Euro NCAP back in 2008, 2009. But that car failed the 2013 crash test in terms of the stricter rules and of course the front overlap. Whereas a Volvo XC90 that was designed back in 2002, introduced in 2003, scored the 2013 crash test full marks, 5-star. So that's how far Volvo is ahead of IIHS, ahead of Euro NCAP. So in terms of safety, there's no question. And now I think Volvo has another selling point. Their cars handle well, extremely well, and the hybrid powertrain, they are at the forefront because it's their own internal design. It's not a licensed thing from Siemens or whatever. And then safety, of course, and then design. Their interiors look great now, right? Now, is the XC60 quiet? It is very, very quiet, like all the others, and I think it's even quieter than, I think it's slightly even more quieter than the S90 if I'm not wrong. Maybe it's the tires. I'll check out the tires later. And the direct steering feel of the S90 is a little bit different here because, I mean, I'm driving the V90 T6R, so that one has the R suspension, so that is a bit more direct. This one, there's a bit more pliancy and a softer approach to it. It's not so direct, immediate, okay, which I think suits an SUV. Now, in terms of suspension, just now I went through an expansion joint. That thing is still there, that slight tung tung, you know, that thing is still there. But overall, the ride is comfortable, and in terms of performance, there's no question about it. So let me do a quick U-turn to turn back there. I know the roads here. Here I can test some speed bumps. Okay. I don't need to go to the front to drive so well. Now, as I was accelerating just now, I felt the steering wheel lighten up slightly. Not too much, but I can feel the tuning of this car is very different from the V90 T6R that I've been driving for 1.5 months. That one is very straightforward, very direct. This one is a bit looser, it's a bit lighter. I think they want to make it more approachable to normal owners. This T8 is fitted with 19-inch wheels. So for a car with 19-inch wheels having such pliancy, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Alright, so speed bumps again. Yes, that's nice. One thing that the V90 I felt when I'm going through a speed bump is that every time I go up a speed bump, as I come down, there is a secondary bounce that is not very pleasant for enthusiastic driving. This one doesn't do that. This one just one time and it's settled, and you can continue moving forward. Seats are good, and my god, this car is nice. Another thing that I noticed that they haven't updated is the refresh rate of all the LCD screens. Okay, the processing power of the visuals is not up there as good as the Audi ones, but Okay, let me close this off. Let me switch off the air recirculation. So the best part of having a car that is four-wheel drive and has a lot of power is that when you come out of junctions, okay, the car sounds very different from when you do a full bore acceleration. There is that sucking of air in noise. I hear that. I don't hear that in the V90. The V90, you hear that thing, you hear that sound on the V90. So yeah, very pleasant to drive. Very nice. And this interior is brilliant. When should I do a driver swap, Faiz?
Another 4 minutes, maybe, because...
Okay, I'll swap to him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know how to go back from here, right?
Yeah.
You go down and traffic light, turn left.
Then Valley Road, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes. Okay, I will turn here. So this is a short test drive because it's just at the initial launch. I'll just stop by at the school there. And I'm sharing the car with Zaim.
Yeah, yeah.
Zaim from exhaust.my. Okay, go check out their page and give them a like and all that. Alright, your turn, bro.
Alright.
Very nice. Alright, so now I'm a passenger driven by Zaim from exhaust.my, and it's comfortable like all Volvos. Alright, it's comfortable, and there is a part inside the passenger footwell that allows me to straighten my legs and slot my legs in. So it's a unique thing. Let me show you guys. Okay, this is how you normally place your foot on any car, right? But in this car, if you were to lie down, there's another place where I can slot my foot in. Sorry. And on long journeys, I think it's very, very comfortable. Okay, and look at this little Swedish flag here. This beautiful material that runs all the way here. Oh, there's a new design thing here. This chrome bit and extends all the way there. Very good evolution of their design theme. Okay. Now you may be wondering why Volvo suddenly can design such a beautiful interior. That's because they hired, what's his name, Robin Page or something. I might get his name wrong, but this was the previous chief designer of Bentley Interiors. So he's now in charge of Volvo Interiors, and as you can tell, it is a nice place to be in. It's a good evolution of their design, and this thing stays. This thing from the XC90, even in the S90, this was created. You see the shadow over here? You see the shadow over here? This was created to mimic when in winter, Swedish houses, when the snow covers like that, they cast a shadow down here. So they mimic this design here. That's very, very nice. And yeah, the touchscreen still here. I feel it's higher res. I could be wrong, but looking at it, it looks higher resolution. In terms of its operational speed, it's still the same. And I like the fact that when you're doing some wrong stuff, they're gonna tell you how to operate it. All right. Now, a brief example, a brief explanation on this. Okay, it may not have a swivel wheel, but in terms of operations, certain operations, right, this is super user friendly. I especially love the navigation. Okay, this is not loaded yet, but in the one that I was driving, the V90, right, you just press this, it will load down, and then the keyboard will come up. You just type the place, and then as you are typing, it is loading the places that are loaded inside, and go. It runs immediately. So it's a very, very user-friendly system. Now this screen shows navigation, your audio, and then your phone if it is paired. This one is the last thing that you access just now. So if you access the car systems, it will be shown here, the last access. If you access something else, it will be shown here. So this is like your home screen, okay? And then as you swipe to the right side, you see all these buttons. These buttons are those buttons that used to litter around the cabin. Is all placed here now, all of them. And you can move them around if you want to. You can create a second page if you want to. All right. Now from this screen, if you move to the left, these are application that you can download and have additional functions when they're available. Okay. Now from this screen, if you slide this top part down here, it is the owner's manual and the settings. You come into settings, you can set the car stuff, you can set the sound, you know, how you want to tune it, and you can go into balance. It's very intuitive. Yeah, so this is roughly how it is. Alright, and yeah, I think Volvo again is on a home run on all their cars. Cheers.